In honour of Doctor Who's 60th anniversary, the good old BBC commissioned a team to release the Daleks in colour. Didn't we get this before? Well, we don't count that. Question is, though, did we need this version of the Daleks? Well, not really. The black and white era had its charm. On the other hand, this really was a special treat, and I wanted to start this by giving a special thanks to every single person who worked on this project. A lot of blood, sweat, piss and vinegar went into this shit. It would be really shit of me to be an ungrateful prick now, wouldn't it? While this William Hartnell story was colourised, it was also cut down from about 75 gazillion hours to about 75 minutes. I don't know about everyone else, but as much as I like the OG Dalek story from 1963, it was too damn long. Iconic as hell, yes, but we could have done with 2 or 3 less episodes. Had Ian not ballsed up in the middle of the story, then it could have been over at the end of part 4. And don't even get me started on that Thal. It took a whole fucking episode just to jump over that pit, only to fall down. Imagine this being on magazine covers back in the day. Will he make it alive? So much for riveting telly, eh? I'd rather just watch fucking pointless celebrities. That's fucking saying something. What this new version manages to do is cut down a lot of the bullshit, which was what hampered the 7-part original from back in the day. Doing that along with colorization deserves so many plaudits. It would be a huge disservice if people like Rich Tipple weren't asked back to do some more classics from the 1960s Doctor Who catalogue. Do I like this version of the Daleks? To quote the great David Tennant,
yes.
Is this perfect though? To quote Davros,
No.
You see, the colorization is just outstanding on every level. I'm kissing arse in this video, but it's really true. The titles, the jungle settings of Skaro, the Dalek city, the Dalek control room with those colour panels, the Daleks themselves. Oh my, did I ever mention that the 60s Daleks are my favourites? I love that silver and blue colour scheme. Cut down to 75 minutes was never going to be an easy task. Many important bits had to be kept in, and other bits I was glad to see the back of. My main problem though is some of the weird editing choices. The montage bit was just really weird. It took me out of it completely. Some added sound effects were nice, some were just unnecessary. It felt cheesy. The added special effects of the Dalek ray gun was well played. I also appreciated the added dialogue for the Daleks, some voiced by Nick Briggs, and other lines spoken by one of the OG Dalek voice actors, David Graham, at nearly 100 years of age. I loved that. I also loved how the opening shot was of the Dalek city. This differentiates this version of the story pretty much straight away. In the end though, while I totally love this gesture for the fans of the original series, to mark 60 years of this beloved show, I think I still will end up swaying towards the original version of the Daleks. You see, there was something so atmospheric about this story being in black and white. The tension, assisted by that eerie soundtrack. Plus, we had cliffhangers. This version does not. Plus, that eerie music does remain in places, but it is weakened by intrusive new music by Mark Ayres. The latter reason is the main reason which sways me to the original. This view, of course, is subjective.
Always search for truth. My truth is in the stars.
If new fans were introduced to the new colorization, cut-down version of the Daleks, perhaps they may enjoy it in isolation. At the end of the day, it's still fun. If they later went back to watch the original version, then they may end up being alienated by the heavy dialogue, the padding issues, and just all of the flubs and the lines. Ugh. Again, this is subjective. Something which I think we can agree on, this in large was a success. It does not rewrite what we had back in 1963.
You can't rewrite history, not one line!
The Daleks in colour is another option for fans to experience the Doctor's first trip to Skaro and his first encounter with the most famous foe that this franchise has ever seen. The end of this alludes that we may be seeing more 60s stories getting a similar sort of treatment with a spectacular montage from Hartnell to Troughton. One thing I ask though, for the love of Christ, do not do the fucking web planet. In all seriousness though, what the fuck is this DVD cover?